Breaking news that's sending shockwaves through immigrant communities nationwide. The Trump administration just dropped sweeping immigration policy changes in 2026 that could impact millions of naturalized citizens. Your citizenship rights, your green card status, everything you've worked for could be affected. What I'm about to share will change everything you thought you knew about your immigration status in America. Every immigrant, every naturalized citizen, every green card holder needs to hear this right now. Welcome to Dream Visa Updates. I'm George, and I'm here to cut through the noise and fear-mongering to give you the facts about Trump's 2026 immigration policies. This channel delivers clear, honest, legally accurate information about visas, green cards, citizenship, and everything immigration related. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications because immigration laws are changing rapidly, and you need to stay informed. Let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, Trump returned to the White House in 2025, and his administration immediately implemented major immigration policy changes. But here's what matters. There's a massive difference between campaign rhetoric, proposed policies, and actual implemented laws. What you see on social media, what gets shared in WhatsApp groups, what clickbait headlines scream at you is often very different from legal reality. Since January 20th, 2025, the Trump administration has taken a harder line on immigration enforcement, increased scrutiny of naturalization applications, enhanced deportation procedures, stricter enforcement of existing immigration laws. But here's what's crucial. Constitutional protections and legal processes cannot be bypassed, even by executive order. Let me make this absolutely clear. If you're a naturalized United States citizen, your citizenship cannot be taken away easily or arbitrarily. The 14th Amendment protects citizenship rights. It states that all persons born or naturalized in the United States are citizens. This is a constitutional guarantee upheld by the Supreme Court repeatedly throughout American history. However, there are specific circumstances where citizenship can be revoked, and the Trump administration is pursuing denaturalization more aggressively than previous administrations. Denaturalization is the legal process where the government strips someone of citizenship. This isn't new. This process has existed for decades. What's new is the intensity and frequency of these cases under the current administration. Under current law, specifically Section 340 of the Immigration and Nationality Act, the government can pursue denaturalization if citizenship was obtained illegally or fraudulently, if you lied on your naturalization application, concealed material facts, obtained citizenship through marriage fraud, or weren't actually eligible when it was granted, the government can theoretically revoke your citizenship. But here's the key. This requires a full legal process. The government must file a lawsuit in federal court. You have the right to an attorney. You have the right to defend yourself. The government must prove its case with clear and convincing evidence. This doesn't happen overnight or without due process. The Trump administration has increased funding and resources to the denaturalization section within the Department of Justice. This specialized unit investigates fraudulent naturalization cases. According to reports from early 2025 continuing into 2026, this office reviews thousands of old naturalization cases, looking for fraud or misrepresentation. They're using advanced database matching technology to cross-reference naturalization applications with criminal databases, immigration records, and other government files. Who's most at risk? Let me be clear, because there's massive misinformation out there. If you obtained citizenship legally, told the truth on your application, met all requirements, and have been law-abiding, you have nothing to worry about. Your citizenship is secure. The Constitution protects you. However, if you lied about criminal history, used a false identity, committed marriage fraud to get your green card, or concealed material information that would have made you ineligible, then yes, you could be at risk. The targeted categories include individuals who concealed involvement in human rights violations, war crimes, or terrorism. People who lied about criminal convictions, especially serious crimes. Individuals who obtained citizenship through sham marriages. People who used fraudulent documents or assumed false identities. Individuals who were members of organizations that should have made them inadmissible, such as terrorist organizations or Nazi-affiliated groups. Now let's talk about the new rules and enhanced enforcement measures implemented in 2026. First, significant increase in citizenship application scrutiny. USCIS has implemented more rigorous background checks for naturalization applicants, enhanced database searches, longer processing times, more frequent requests for additional evidence. What used to take 12 to 18 months now takes 18 to 30 months in many jurisdictions. Second, interview procedures have become more intensive. Naturalization interviews are longer and more detailed. Immigration officers ask probing questions about your entire immigration history, travels, employment, family relationships, and understanding of American civics and history. The civics test hasn't officially changed, but officers take more time verifying that applicants truly understand American democracy and constitutional principles. Third, expansion of expedited removal procedures. While this primarily affects non-citizens, it affects the overall immigration enforcement environment. Expedited removal allows immigration officers to quickly deport individuals without a hearing before an immigration judge in certain circumstances. The Trump administration expanded the geographic scope and time frame for expedited removal, meaning more people face this fast-track deportation process. Fourth, increased workplace enforcement and raids. ICE has ramped up worksite enforcement operations. More raids at workplaces suspected of employing undocumented workers. While naturalized citizens shouldn't be directly affected, it creates fear and uncertainty in immigrant communities. Fifth, enhanced cooperation between local law enforcement and federal immigration authorities. The Trump administration encouraged local police departments to cooperate more closely with ICE. Some jurisdictions ended sanctuary city policies under federal pressure. Encounters with local police could potentially lead to immigration consequences for non-citizens or those with immigration violations. What does this mean for you if you're a naturalized citizen? If you became a citizen through proper legal channels, were honest on all applications, and maintained a clean record, don't lose sleep over these policies. Your citizenship is protected by the Constitution. The government cannot simply decide to take it away without a lengthy legal process giving you full due process rights. However, I recommend all naturalized citizens take precautionary steps. First, keep all immigration documents safe and organized. Your certificate of naturalization, your green card even though you no longer need it, copies of all applications you submitted, any correspondence with USCIS. If questions arise, having this documentation readily available is invaluable. Second, if you have criminal issues in your past, even minor ones, consult with an immigration attorney to review whether these could pose any risk to your citizenship status. In most cases, minor offenses committed after naturalization cannot lead to denaturalization, but offenses concealed before naturalization could be problematic. Third, be careful about making false claims to U.S. citizenship if you're not yet a citizen. Many Dream Visa Updates viewers are on the path to citizenship, but not there yet. Falsely claiming to be a U.S. citizen, for example when registering to vote or on employment documents, has serious consequences including permanent inadmissibility to the United States. Fourth, if you receive any letter or notice from USCIS, the Department of Justice, or any government agency questioning your citizenship or asking you to appear for an interview, don't ignore it. Don't try to handle it alone. Immediately consult with a qualified immigration attorney experienced with denaturalization cases. These are serious matters requiring professional legal representation. Fifth, stay informed about policy changes. This is why Dream Visa Updates exists. Immigration law is changing rapidly under the current administration. What's true today might change tomorrow. Following reliable information sources helps you understand how changes affect you and your family. Let me address rumors and myths circulating on social media. Myth number 1, the government is mass deporting naturalized citizens. False. While denaturalization cases increased, we're talking hundreds of cases, not millions. The vast majority of naturalized citizens are not under any threat. Myth number 2, speaking your native language or maintaining ties to your home country can cost you citizenship. Completely false. The United States doesn't require you to abandon your culture, language, or heritage when you become a citizen. Dual citizenship is recognized in most cases. Visiting your home country, speaking your native language, maintaining family ties abroad are all perfectly legal and normal. Myth number 3, if you're a naturalized citizen, you can be deported for any crime. False. Once you're a naturalized citizen, you generally cannot be deported for crimes committed after naturalization. The only exception is if your citizenship is denaturalized through the legal process I described, and that can only happen if citizenship was obtained fraudulently in the first place. Myth number 4, the government is targeting all naturalized citizens from certain countries. While certain countries receive more scrutiny in the immigration system generally, there's no official policy targeting all naturalized citizens from specific nations for denaturalization. Cases are supposed to be pursued based on individual evidence of fraud, not national origin or ethnicity. Now let's talk about your rights if you're ever questioned about your citizenship. First, you have the right to remain silent. You don't have to answer questions without an attorney present. If contacted by any government agency about your citizenship status, politely decline to answer questions until you've consulted with an attorney. Say something like, "I would prefer to have an attorney present before discussing this matter." Second, you have the right to an attorney in any denaturalization proceeding. If the government files a lawsuit to revoke your citizenship, you have the right to hire a lawyer to defend you. If you cannot afford a lawyer, seek help from nonprofit legal organizations providing free or low-cost immigration legal services. Third, the government has the burden of proof. In a denaturalization case, the government must prove you obtained citizenship illegally or fraudulently. You don't have to prove your innocence. The government must present clear and convincing evidence to support its claims. Fourth, you have the right to appeal. If a court rules against you in a denaturalization case, you can appeal that decision to a higher court. These cases can go all the way to the Supreme Court if necessary. Fifth, you have protection against double jeopardy. If the government tries to denaturalize you for a specific reason and fails, it generally cannot try again for the same reason. I know many of you in the immigrant community feel anxious, scared, and uncertain about the future. This is completely understandable. Immigration has become incredibly politicized and the rhetoric can be frightening. But don't let fear paralyze you. The United States remains a nation of laws. The Constitution still protects your rights. The courts still function as a check on executive power. Throughout American history, attempted overreach by any administration gets checked by the judicial system. Already in 2025 and 2026, several Trump administration immigration policies have been challenged in court, and some have been blocked or limited by federal judges. If you're on the path to citizenship and haven't applied yet, you might wonder whether to wait or proceed now. My advice is if you're eligible to apply for citizenship, do it. Citizenship offers the strongest protection and most rights under U.S. law. While the process may be more scrutinized now, if you qualify legally, pursue it. Waiting may not make things easier. Having citizenship provides security that a green card cannot match. For green card holders wondering about these policies, let me say this. Green card holders don't have the same constitutional protections as citizens. Your permanent resident status can be revoked more easily than citizenship can be denaturalized. This is why following all the rules is so important. Maintain your status properly, avoid criminal activity, file your taxes every year, apply for citizenship as soon as you're eligible. If you're a naturalized citizen with family members still in the immigration process, you're probably worried about how these policies affect them. The reality is family-based immigration is under increased scrutiny, processing times are longer, approval standards are stricter, but family reunification remains a cornerstone of American immigration law. If you've petitioned for family members, stay in close contact with your attorney, respond promptly to any requests for evidence, and make sure all documentation is thorough and accurate. Looking ahead to the rest of 2026 and beyond, what can we expect? The Trump administration will likely continue pursuing aggressive immigration enforcement. We may see additional executive orders, new regulations, continued emphasis on border security and interior enforcement. However, many measures will likely face legal challenges. The American legal system moves slowly, but provides checks and balances. Congress could also play a role. If there's sufficient political will, Congress could pass immigration reform legislation that either reinforces or moderates the administration's approach. However, given current political divisions, comprehensive immigration reform seems unlikely in the near term. What's most important for you to understand is this. Knowledge is power. Staying informed through reliable sources like Dream Visa updates gives you the information to make smart decisions about your immigration situation. Don't rely on rumors. Don't believe everything you see on social media. Don't let fear drive your decisions. If you have questions about your specific situation, consult with a qualified immigration attorney. Every case is different. What applies to one person may not apply to another. Generic advice from the internet, even from well-meaning sources, cannot replace personalized legal counsel from a licensed attorney who can review your specific circumstances. The United States has a long history of immigration. Immigrants have always been vital to American society. Despite the current political climate, millions of immigrants continue to thrive in this country. People are still getting green cards. People are still becoming citizens. People are still achieving the American dream. Don't let fear rob you of your aspirations. That's the comprehensive breakdown of Trump's immigration policy updates for 2026 and what they mean for naturalized citizens. I hope this gave you clarity, reduced your anxiety, and provided actionable information. Remember, if you obtained your citizenship legally and honestly, you're protected by the Constitution of the United States. Your citizenship is secure. Thank you for watching Dream Visa Updates. If this video helped you understand the current immigration landscape better, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Dream Visa Updates if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Immigration policies are changing constantly, and I'm here to keep you informed every step of the way. Drop your questions in the comments below. I read every comment, and your questions inspire future videos. If there's a specific immigration topic you'd like me to cover, let me know. Share this video with friends and family who might benefit from this information. Knowledge shared is power multiplied. Stay informed, stay legal, stay hopeful, and remember you're not alone on this journey. Millions of immigrants are navigating this system just like you. Together, we're stronger. I'll see you in the next video right here on Dream Visa Updates. Until then, take care. Stay safe and keep pursuing your American dream.